Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I am on the North Pacific 49 Euro. Going to do a full features inspection, but I need to get a couple of points across first. The Euro comes from having larger windows, the larger doors, more open space, just a more spacious feel to this trawler lifestyle. Secondly, I really do like the trawler lifestyle, so I'm going to have to curb my enthusiasm through this and try to stay independent as a third-party evaluator, so bear with me on that. And the last thing is, this is a distance coastal cruiser. Coastal cruiser. We're not crossing oceans in this, but we are going long distances. Bahamas, up and down the eastern seaboard, through the Panama Canal, long distances. And it's made for that type of lifestyle as well. So let's start my features inspection and go through just what makes this boat what it is. Let's start right here in the aft deck, just over 74 square feet of space. And the first indication that this is a passage-making vessel. 4-inch thick bulwarks coming up 28 inches high. There's strength right here at our first glance. Comfort, bench seat going across the back. Table that is expandable and beautifully finished, by the way. And it's on a pair of fixed pedestals. All this is under the protection of the overhead 7 feet 2 inches off the deck. And notice there's both a fixed and an optional addition to it, providing a little bit more shade. I should also point out that there's exterior grade ultra leather on the upholstery, solid teak table with a satin finish, and there's even storage underneath the bench. Now, boarding gates are to both sides, 10-inch step down to the aft platform. It's 28 inches from the transom out to the trailing edge. There are 2 staple rails. Notice the flexi teak, which matches the cockpit deck. Low maintenance, and it looks good. And look at this threshold, nice custom-made stainless steel plate. And even something like that is a great indication of how much strength is going into this boat, everywhere we look in this area. Now let's stick with our exterior features by taking a look at the bow. And notice there are no side decks. That gives us much more interior room in the salon, and I like that. But we still can get to the bow from the upper deck. Notice as we come forward, the deck is sloped slightly upward. Bench right at the front of the trunk cabin, 69 inches across, and when you want to cover it up, the seat back easily stows. Now, even though we have this sloping upward, we still have clean sight lines from the helm. Now, the side decks on this level end up coming up 19-inch wide spacing, and look at this rail. I mean, come on. ABYC standards call for 24 inches, 36. Make yourself aware of the extended bulwarks right here. And another entertainment aspect in the flying bridge starts with L-shaped seating to the starboard side, more of the ultra leather upholstery, solid surface table on 2 high-low pedestals. There's opposing seating just across and a sun pad forward and to starboard. And I'm happy to see there's storage underneath all these seats. And notice that we also have a continuation of the flexi teak decking. Now there's a hatch underneath here in the deck, and that would lead to the cockpit down below. There would also be a ladder to take you up here. That's more if you're going to be using this as a lounge area. Here it's a boat deck, so we just have the hatch, no ladder down below. Now the stairs that we got up here with were on the port hand side. There's also another set to the starboard side, and that leads us back into the pilot house down below and then into the salon. Let's go take a look. Making our way inside from this aft deck, huge door. I mean, it goes 10 feet across. And with it open, I've got a full 48 inches. Now that's the first aspect of the Euro series that we have. Gives us more an open, airy layout. I also like inside there's a bug screen as well as privacy shade. Now this door can also be opened from the opposite side, giving us a great entertainment venue from the aft deck to this aft galley. Let's take a look at these features now. Starts with plenty of storage both above and below, convenient spice rack, Meganite counters, single basin stainless steel sink with filtered water connected to a 75 gallon per hour water maker, more counter space, induction cooktop, more open counter space, convection microwave below. Now there's a lot of customization available with this boat, and it starts frankly in this area. One of the customized features that the couple that owns this boat picked was this cooktop and the sink were reversed. They decided that they were going to be entertaining people, and if they were cooking, they would rather be facing the people while they're cooking, and when it's time for dish duty, beautiful views. Secondly, no raised edges. The boat would normally come with those as standard. This customer wanted those removed because for the most part they're not going to be preparing meals and cooking while the boat is underway. If they do, it's something smaller, so there's a little griddle that they'll put right here with rubber feet. Next is this dead space in this corner. What they did was made this custom coffee garage. That is a very clever use of space, and I like that I don't have to continually hold the switch to make it go up or down. Directly across, full-size refrigerator freezer, and it includes an ice maker. Moving forward, more of the Meganite counterwork, and there are raised fiddles this time. Storage underneath, drawers. This cabinet also includes pull-out shelves. More storage all the way across. 50-inch TV on an electric lift. Back over to this direction. Cabinet housing the liquor, and notice that there's a motion sensor inside that turns the light on inside. That's also the case with all of the upper cabinetry. Now the salon area starts with L-shaped sofa. Now it's interior grade ultra leather. There's a table on a high-low pedestal, and it's also expandable. Customer provided recliner, and I like on the forward bulkhead there's more storage and even open storage areas with lighting up above. It's a nice touch. And all of the woodwork, satin finished ash. Some fit and finish details, recessed lighting up above, Wenge wood with a contrasting dark tone, Naugahyde paneling up above, and all the shades for these windows are in pockets so they're not slamming back and forth as the boat rocks. So now let's take a look at the accommodations deck, which is accessed through the raised pilot house and down the forward companionway. There's storage under the port side bulkhead and the first two steps. More satin finished ash wood with contrasting lines and leather wrapped handrails. Well, the master is located midship and beautifully laid out. 60 by 80 bed, so it's an actual queen size berth, so we don't need to special order bedding. And I like that the headboard is recessed a little bit into the bulkhead, gives us just a little bit more space. Hull side windows to both sides with opening port lights for ventilation, plenty of counter space. There's storage underneath. To the opposite side, more storage, more counter space, and the other hull side window. Touch a little bit more on the storage. There are hanging lockers to both sides, and they're cedar lined. Nice touch there. In this cabinet, washer, and just ahead, underneath the 32-inch flat screen TV, the dryer. Now let's talk a little bit more about the premium level of fit and finish that we're used to seeing coming from North Pacific. Just as with the salon up above, we have recessed lighting, satin finished ash wood, vinyl upholstery on the overhead, and then marine grade fabric surrounding the headboard and on these forward panels. The master head is located just a port, and it's nicely appointed. It's an opening port light for ventilation, storage behind two mirrored doors, more Meganite counterwork, recessed sink, storage underneath. The shower has frosted glass, and notice the NP logo for the North Pacific. I also like the mosaic highlights to the backsplash and surrounding the shower. I have to admire the thoughtful construction details that I'm seeing all through this boat. For example, everything is so accessible. Nothing is built in and then blocking off what you need accessible. For example, see these little silver plugs? That's so this whole piece can come out when we get to the plumbing underneath. Same with this panel right in the back here. Just open it up and it's an access panel. They're really thinking ahead and making this into a user-friendly owner-operator's boat. Just outside the stateroom, the day head, and this is also the guest head, so it has an enclosed shower as well, and it's equally well appointed as the master. And speaking of equally well appointed, let's take a look at the VIP stateroom. The VIP is located forward, 7-foot high ceilings. I mean, come on. Another queen berth, so we don't have to get custom-made bedding. Opening port lights to both sides and the hull side windows. Storage, 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 just everywhere. I particularly like, again, how the headboard is recessed and there are bookshelves to both sides with removable rails so that you can get the books in and out easily. I also noticed that the outlets that are in a raised position also include USB chargers. At the aft bulkhead, 32-inch TV. One thing I'm noticing as I walk through this beautiful yacht is the amount of thoughtful features that are just prevalent everywhere we go. Let me give you a couple of examples. Right here at the sink, when I'm using water, there's a water gauge right alongside, so I know how much we have at a glance. We already talked about how the sink and the cooktop were reversed. Easily customizable feature there, and it makes sense. Sightlines were also taken into account. The cabinets don't come down so low that I lose visibility throughout the entire room. Coming around to the other side, open counter space that makes an ideal bar, liquor cabinet just underneath, and close proximity to the ice maker. All sensible places to have everything. Nice comfortable seat, and I like the sight lines here that are blocked by this piece next to me, so even if I don't close the aft curtains, I still have privacy in the seat while I'm watching TV or reading a book. Temperature control right next to me, right where it belongs, because the only time you're going to use it is when you're sitting and relaxing. The design calls for another chair to be right alongside, but this owner wanted a couch so his wife could nestle into the corner with her legs out along the couch and enjoy watching TV in a relaxing position. And it works very nicely for them. I also like that there's open storage space on this bulkhead so that you can display your personal items. All of these features speak of a boat that is designed by yachtsmen who use their boat. And it's also built by a company that listens to its customers and is more than happy to accommodate customization requests. And that is my full features inspection of the 49 Euro from North Pacific. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.